I mean, even growing up, we were always told that the best wrestling is the wrestling where you're kind of like, well, that looked real. Like that looked like it was real. So, I mean, just add that factor into deathmatch wrestling. You know what I mean? I mean, this is real panes of glass, real light tubes. These are real cuts. I just got through with like 17 stitches recently. So like it's all real deal. And I think what happens is too, like you just forget the crowd's there. But if you can really show them what we're going through and really suck them in, it's the best wrestling there is.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of wrestling companies lack that. And someone actually had the nerve to ask me, "Oh, is that real blood?" No, fucktard. It's
Yeah.
fake blood. It's stage blood. Like I could tell the difference, but it's this whole other thing where you're saying the most important thing, telling the story and just roping people in. Because I think too many people do big moves just for the sake of doing the big move, not telling the story behind it.
No, absolutely. And like you said too, even earlier with like my job and stuff. So originally that was my number one question I hate the most, or like statement, I guess. Like, oh, is that real blood? Like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, look at this. You know what I mean? I'm like, yes. But then like once I tell them that and then kind of continue to show them a little bit more, they're like, holy shit. And then they kind of tell somebody, and that's really how it's been. But again, with that, the realism, I feel like that gets lost a lot because again, I just grew up where the best wrestling is where it feels real. And goddamn it, deathmatch wrestling doesn't get more real than what it is. You know what I mean? So we have that tool right there. Let's use it. Let's get them in. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it.
It's like the glass. I think I haven't been hit with a light tube. I don't need to right now. I'm fine. But I see the shards at the side of the ring. So we're in Japan, and like there's this small piece of glass, and this newcomer. I don't call him a newcomer, but just someone I met, Remington Roar.
Yeah,
I'm
no
like,
risk.
to help me with this because this is, and I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna die. We're all gonna die. I'm gonna die. He was gone before I knew it. Do you think it's more painful when you have a small piece of glass or a large piece of glass that's like in there?
You know, honestly, I will say the small ones. Even right now, can't really see it, but it's like right here on the tip of my hand or my finger is a piece of glass from almost, I think, 2021. And on the certain angles, I can still feel like these sharp pinches. I mean, it's not all the time, but like just it's still in there. So whereas the one I pointed to here was just recently where I got 17 stitches, did a package pile driver off the second ropes during Insane 8 this year. We went through a giant bundle. And when I came down, I mean, you see it on camera, I stabbed myself and pull it out. But it happened so quick, I swear I could have wrestled again. I didn't know how bad it was, you know what I mean? But it was so clean and just deep and in and out. I didn't even feel it until they were like, hey, you need to go right now. Like you need to leave right now. So that was, yeah. So I don't know. I would say some of the smaller ones because these little ones are nagging as hell until you finally get it out. You know what I mean?